Okay, so right next, limit of the form 0 power 0 and infinity power 0. Limit of the form 0 power 0 and infinite power 0. Okay, in any question, if you have limit of the form 0 power 0 and infinite power 0, then we will use logarithm. Okay, or directly suppose if you any term in this form, suppose x power x, limit x tending to 0. Okay, then you can write this one as e power log of x power x, because value of e power log of x power x is equals to x power x e log e na. Okay, okay, why we are using this one? Because here we have function power function. Now you can write this x in multiplication. Now if you put x equals to 0, what you are getting? You are getting e power, this is x is 0, log 0 is infinity, 0 into infinity form. Okay, and you can find the limit for 0 into infinity form by converting this one in terms of 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity. Then we can use L'Hopital rule now. Okay, so I am directly taking question. Okay, see question number 1. Find limit x tending to 0 plus, and in these type of question, maximum time you will get if limit is 0 plus or pi by 2 minus, it means one side, either LHL or RHL, because in maximum question both are not defined. Okay, only one is defined in maximum type of question. What is the reason? Because here we have function 0 power 0, it means you have something power something na, always you will get function like fx power gx. Okay, and we have condition about to define this function that this one must be positive. Now suppose he is saying that find limit x tending to 0. X tending to 0, it means both must be same na, LHL and RHL. Okay, LHL it means 0 minus, and for RHL we have to put 0 plus. Okay, now suppose this is x. Now if you put x equals to 0 plus h, then this is positive, no problem. But in case of LHL, we have to replace x as 0 minus h, and minus h is now negative. Now this function is not defined. So limit is secondary thing. First function must be defined. If function is not defined for LHL point or RHL point, then limit also does not exist. Okay, because limit is the value of the function in immediate neighborhood. Now if there is no value, then how can you find the limit? Okay, so limit x tending to 0 plus x power x. Okay, x power x. Now here x tending to 0 plus, it means we want only RHL. Okay, we doesn't want LHL. Okay, x tending to 0 plus, it means x is just greater than 0, so only RHL. Now if you put, first check that function is defined or not for this limit. If you put x equals to 0 plus, then 0 plus this is positive and this is real. Okay, there is only one condition to check that this fx power gx formula, then this one must be positive. If you put 0 plus, then this is positive, no problem. If you put 0 plus, then what you will get? 0 power 0, 0 power 0 form. If you have 0 power 0 form or infinite power 0 form, same process. Write this one in terms of e power limit x tending to 0 log of x power x. Check, can I write this one or not? Okay, and also in this way, limit x tending to 0 plus. Okay, both are same thing. Limit x tending to 0 plus, as it is limit, this is equals to x power x na, e log e x power x, that is equals to x power x. Now you can write limit also here, no problem na. Okay, you can write, we have theorem for limit, e power limit x tending to 0. Now I can write x in multiplication, x of log x. Now if you put x equals to 0, this is 0, log 0 is minus infinity. So what we are getting? We are getting that 0 into infinite form. Okay, now how to find the limit for 0 into infinite form? Convert this one in terms of either 0 by 0 form or infinity by infinity form. Why? Because after that you can use L'Hopital. Okay, how to convert this one in terms of 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity? See, if you write 0 in denominator, what you will get? 1 by 0, and 1 by 0 is infinity, so you are getting the infinity by infinity form. Okay, so write any one in denominator, e power, actually I will write x in denominator because x is simple thing now, because in the next step I will take differentiation. Okay, so limit x tending to 0 log x. If you write x in denominator, what you will get? 1 by x. Okay, now if you put x equals to 0 log 0, log 0 is minus infinity, minus infinity it means value is infinity na. Okay, and 1 by 0 is infinity, so we are getting infinity by infinity form. Okay, minus infinity by infinity or infinity by infinity, both are considered as infinity by infinity form. Okay, then I can use L'Hopital. Okay, differentiate e power limit x tending to 0, 0 plus na, 0 plus. Okay, differentiation of log x is 1 by x, and differentiation of 1 by x is minus 1 by x square. Okay, now what we are getting? We are getting that e power limit x tending to 0, 1 x cancel out, then we are getting minus of x. Okay, now put 0 plus, it means 0 plus h. If you put a 0 plus h, you will get minus h. At the end we have to put h equals to 0. Okay, so e power, here you put 0 plus h, then you will get minus h, limit h tending to 0, this is for x, then h equals to 0, what you will get? E power 0, that is equals to 1. Okay, so answer is equals to 1. And suppose if there is limit x tending to 0, x power x is given. If this is the equation, then limit does not exist. Why? Because if x is tending to 0 is given, it means both must be finite and equal, LHL and RHL. LHL it means value at 0 minus h, 0 minus h, then this become negative, then function is not defined. Reason is because LHL is not exist. Okay, if any limit, if only given at x tending to 0, then limit for this one is does not exist. Okay, write down. So how to take this type of question? If you have 0 power 0 or infinite power 0, write this one in terms of e power log of this one. Then you can write this power in multiplication, then you will get 0 power 0 into infinity form, then convert this one either in terms of 0 by 0 form or infinity by infinity form, and then take and then use L'Hopital rule. Okay, next question. Question number 2 is limit x tending to 1 plus ln x power x minus 1. See, again we want value at 1 plus. Okay na, because here we have ln x. If you draw the graph of ln x, this is the graph of ln x, this is 1. If x is 1 plus, it means just greater than 1, then ln x is positive. Okay, but if x is 1 minus, then ln x is negative, and if this one is negative, then function is not defined. If function is not defined, then limit also does not exist. So if there is given that x is tending to 1, then RHL is defined, but LHL is not defined, then you can say that limit does not exist. But here it is given that x tending to 1 plus, it means we want only RHL. He is asking for RHL, he is not asking for value of LHL. Okay, if you want to say that limit is exist or not at x equals to 1, not exist. Okay, only RHL exists, but limit does not exist. Okay, because limit is only exists if LHL equals to RHL equals to finite. Okay, but here you want at 1 plus, so this is positive, no problem. Okay, so can I use substitution also? X tending to 1 plus now, so I am putting x equals to 1 plus h. Then here what you will get? X equals to 1 plus h, then ln 1 plus h, because x is 1 plus now, so just greater than 1, 1 plus h minus 1, what you will get? H. Now I have to write limit for h, not for x now, so h is tending to 0. If you put h equals to 0, what we are getting? Log 1, log 1 is 0, and this is 0, 0 by 0 form. If you use 0 by 0 form or 0 power infinity power 0 form, then what is the method? Same, write this one in terms of e power limit h tending to 0 log of this one ln 1 plus h power h whole power h. Okay na? Okay, because e log e, then you will get this one. Okay, here also base is e. Then e power limit h tending to 0. Now you can write h in multiplication, h into log of 1 plus h. Here this is also logarithm with base e, this is also log with base e. Okay. Okay. Now what next? Now if you put h equals to 0, this is 0, log 1 0, log 0 minus infinity, it means 0 into infinity form. If you have 0 into infinity, then convert this one in terms of 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity. How can I convert? Write any one in denominator. Then e power limit h tending to 0, log of, or I can write ln also na, ln of ln 1 plus h, log of log 1 plus h by 1 by h. Okay, now we are getting infinity by infinity form. Okay, now you can use L'Hopital rule. Okay, if you use LS rule, e power limit h tending to 0, differentiation of log 1 plus h, differentiation with respect to h whose limit is given. Okay, so first I am assuming this one as h, then this is log h, derivative of log h is 1 by h, h is ln of 1 plus h. Okay, again derivative of assuming h is ln 1 plus h, so I can assume this one as h, ln h, derivative is 1 by h. Okay, again differentiation of this one is 1. Okay, so derivative of numerator is done now. First this one assuming h, ln h 1 by h, then derivative of assuming h, again assume this one as h, ln h 1 by h, again derivative of assuming h is 1 is 0, derivative of h is 1, multiply, you will get 1. Okay, derivative of 1 by h is minus 1 by h square. Okay, now see, e power limit h tending to 0, in denominator what we have? ln 1 plus h. Now I can use a standard formula, log 1 plus x by x is equals to 1. This h square in numerator. Okay, I am writing 1 h above this one and remaining 1 h here, but also we have minus, so minus h, 1 plus h. Okay, now this is the standard limit, ln 1 plus h by h, that is equals to 1. Okay, this is equals to 1 now. So e power limit of this one is 1 into, put h equals to 0, this is finite now, minus 0 by 1 plus 0, so total is e power 0, because 0 by 1 is 0 now, e power 0, that is equals to 1. So answer is 1. Okay, write down. Okay, can I rough? Next, limit x tending to 0, sin x power x, sin x power x. Okay, now find out limit for this one. Sorry, can you find limit for this one? Limit x tending to 0, sin x power x. Pause and find out. Okay, 1 2 3, see, now actually does not exist. Limit does not exist. What is the reason? Because for LHL, if you find LHL, x tending to 0 minus h, x is equals to 0 minus h now, sine of minus h power minus h, and this is negative. Okay, and in fx power gx, fx can't be negative, because LHL not exist, and he is saying that x tending to 0, it means both must be defined. If he is saying that only x tending to 0 plus, it means we have to find only RHL, but x tending to 0, it means 0 plus and 0 minus both must be defined. And if x is negative, then sin x is also negative. Okay, then function is not defined. Okay, because limit is also value of the function. If function is not defined, how can you find the value? Okay, write down. Next, limit x tending to 0 mod of x power sin x. Now no problem. Limit x tending to 0 mod of x power sin x. Now for this one no problem, because x tending to 0, it means 0 plus and 0 minus. Now put 0 plus or 0 minus, mod is always positive. Mod is always positive. Okay, and here also we have modulus function, so we have to find both na LHL and RHL. Find out both, you will get same. Okay, obviously. See, I am finding LHL. LHL, it means value of the function at a minus h. A is 0, 0 minus h. Replace x with minus h. Minus h sine of minus h. Okay, limit is also tending to 0. Mod of minus h is equals to h. Limit h tending to 0, h power sine minus sine h. Okay, again this is 0 power infinite form, sorry 0 power 0 form. If you put h equals to 0, this is 0, sine 0 is also equals to 0 na, so 0 power 0 form. So again same thing, e power limit h tending to 0 log of h power minus sine h. H power minus sine h, minus sine h again I can write in multiplication. So log of h power minus sine h, minus sine h. Okay. Now if you put h equals to 0, sine 0 is 0, log 0 is infinity. So 0 into infinity form, write any one in denominator. So e power limit h tending to 0 minus log h by sine in denominator is cosec h. Okay. Now if you put h equals to 0, log 0 minus infinity, cosec 0 infinity. Infinity by infinity form, so I can use L'Hopital. Okay. If you use LH rule, then e power limit h tending to 0 minus differentiation of log h is 1 by h, and okay, and differentiation of cosec x, cosec h is minus cosec h into cot h. Okay, now minus minus cancel out, minus minus cancel out, what we are getting, e power limit h tending to 0 cosec in numerator becomes sine h, h in denominator h into tan h. Okay, now this is the standard limit. If you find the value, then e power limit h tending to 0, sorry, directly we can find the limit now. Limit of this one is 1 into, put h equals to 0, tan 0 is 0, so e power 0 equals to 1. Similarly, if you find RHL, also you will get 1. RHL is also equals to 1. Okay, so limit x tending to 0 mod of x power sine x is equals to 1. Okay, write down. Okay, so for every question of the form 0 power 0 or infinite power 0, okay, use same method. Can I? Next, limit x tending to 0 plus log of sine x sine 2x. Okay. No, actually here base is also variable na, so you directly you can't find value na. If you put x equals to 0 0 0 log 0 0, we didn't know the value. Okay, but see, first I can simplify this one. Log x tending to 0, base changing formula na, log of this one by log of this one, log of sine 2x and log of sine x. Now you can use any base. Suppose I am using e by using base changing formula. If you put x equals to 0, sine 0 is infinity, sorry 0, log 0 is minus infinity, log 0 is minus infinity, infinity by infinity form. Okay, if infinity by infinity form, then you can use LH rule. Limit x tending to 0 plus, sorry here we use 0 plus, 0 plus, because if 0 only tending to 0, then sign is not defined, because for 0 minus this is negative, then log is not defined, 0 plus is given only. So if you differentiate by using LS rule, differentiation of numerator in numerator, log x 1 by x sine 2x, derivative of sine 2x is cos 2x into derivative of 2x is 2. Similarly, log x 1 by x sine x, okay, into derivative of sine x is cos x. Okay, then limit x tending to 0 plus, here cos 2x by sine 2x, cot 2x, cot x in numerator. Okay, here I am writing cot 2x and cot x here into 2 also. Then limit x tending to 0 plus, I can write this one as cot x in numerator, tan x, and cot 2x in denominator, tan 2x. Okay, here you want x, here you already 2 and multiply with x. X cancel out, same value na, and both are standard limit. Tan x by x 1, tan x by x 1. Okay na, both x must be same na, so answer is 1. Write down. And next is Canara. Next is limit x tending to pi by 2 minus tan of x pi by 2 minus x. Okay, so first I am using substitution, okay, for simplification of this one. I am putting x equals to pi by 2 minus, only pi by 2 minus, it means in first quadrant, and this is positive, so no problem. Okay, I am replacing x as pi by 2 minus h, pi by 2 minus na, so pi by 2 minus h. Limit, if you put x equals to pi by 2 minus h here, then pi by 2 cancel out, you will get h tending to 0. Okay, x is pi by 2 minus h, what you will get, tan pi by 2 minus h is cot h. Okay na, limit of h is always tending to 0. If you put pi by 2 minus h, pi by 2 cancel out, minus minus h is plus h. If you put h equals to 0, cot 0 is infinity and 0, infinity power 0 form. Now 0 power 0 or infinity power 0, we have same process. Okay, write this one in terms of e power limit h tending to 0, log of complete cot h power h, h in multiplication. Okay, then again e power limit h tending to 0, if you put h equals to 0, this is 0, cot 0 is infinity, log infinity is infinity, what we have 0 into infinity form. So we have to convert this one either in 0 by 0 form or infinity by infinity. So write any one in denominator. I always write simple term in denominator. So log of cot h by 1 by h. Okay, now this is infinity by infinity form, so I can use LH rule. Okay, e power limit h tending to 0, differentiation of this one is log cot h 1 by cot h, derivative of cot h is minus cosec square h. Okay, differentiation of 1 by h is minus 1 by h square. Simple. E power limit h tending to 0, cot h in denominator, sorry, 1 by cot h can be written as tan h, minus minus cancel out, cosec square in denominator becomes sin square h square in numerator h square. Okay, this is standard limit. In this one you can put h equals to 0, no problem. So limit of this one is h equals to 0, so 0, h equals to 0, 1 square equals to 1, e power 0, then answer is 1. Okay, write down. So these are the questions for 0 power 0 or infinite power 0 form. Okay, write down. Next, sandwich theorem. Now for this one you will get maximum mainly two type of question. I will take both type of one question. Okay, one question is in form of greatest integer of x. Okay, now to do the questions of greatest integer function, always we have to use one property, that is greatest integer of x is always lies between x minus 1 and x. Okay, equals to this one. Greatest integer of any number can't be less than a value which is 1 minus of that. Okay, can't be less than 1 minus of that x. Okay, it means greatest integer of x can't be less than x minus 1. Suppose greatest integer of 4.5 is equals to 4, difference of these two is 0.5. This difference of these two value can't be greater than 1. Okay na, it means this value is always greater than this 1 minus 1, always. If you are writing 4.999, then also value is 4. Okay, and this value is always greater than this 1 minus 1. This 1 minus 1 is 3.999, obviously greater than. If you are writing 4, then equals to 4. Okay, 4.1 equals to 4. Okay, this 1 minus 1 is 3.1. So value of greatest integer of x is always greater than x minus 1 and always less than equals to x. Okay na, value of greatest integer of x can't be greater than x, obviously. If this is integer, as it is. If this is not integer, then always value of greatest integer is less than x. Okay, so this one you have to remember. Now first question, find limit n tending to infinity greatest integer of x plus greatest integer of 2x plus greatest integer of nx by n square. Okay, this one. Now directly we can't find the limit for this. Okay, because in this one we have infinite terms. Okay, now see how to do. I can say that greatest integer of x. Okay, 1 minute. But what is the sandwich theorem? Actually, sandwich theorem is like this one. Suppose you have a function for which you know one thing, that this function is always lies between these two functions. Okay, suppose this is fx, this is gx, and this is hx. Okay, if you know that this function is always lies between this one and this one, okay, it means this is like sandwich between them. between both of the function. This like sandwich now. Okay, so if any function always lies between two known function or two function, then you can use sandwich theorem. Okay, now what is the sandwich theorem? It means I can't find the limit for this one. Okay, suppose you can't find the limit for fx, but you can find the limit for gx and limit for hx. Okay, and suppose at x equals to a, limit of hx and limit of gx both are same 4. Okay, suppose limit of hx is 4, limit of gx is also 4. Now we know that fx always lies between these two. Okay, so between 4 and 4, what we have? Only one possibility, it can be 4. Okay, if a limit for gx and limit for hx both are 4 at this point, then limit of fx is also 4, because fx always lies between these two. This may be equal to these now. Okay, like this. So same condition we have in this one. You can't find the limit directly for this function, but I know that this greatest integer of x is always greater than x minus 1, but less than equals to x, or less than, just no problem. Okay, na? Similarly, greatest integer of 2x is always greater than 2x minus 1, and this one is 2x. This value always lies between these two. Right equals to or not, doesn't matter. Okay, because limit is also not exact value, na? This is tending value. So this lies between this one and this one, this lies between this one and this one. Similarly, greatest integer of 3x lies between 3x minus 1. Value of greatest integer of this one can't be 1 less than to this, between 3x. Finally, greatest integer of nx. Actually, I am taking these all, nx minus 1 to nx. Okay, but in question we have some of these, so add na. Add. If you add these, see, in these I can take common x, then what you will get? 1 plus 2 plus 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n. Minus 1 minus 1 minus 1, how many times? 1 2 3 n time, then minus n. And the sum is this question, greatest integer of x plus greatest integer of 2x plus greatest integer of nx. Okay, add them. If you take common x, again 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n. Okay, no problem. Now add. This is n plus 1 by 2. So n plus 1 by 2 into x. I am writing here minus n. This one is same, greatest integer of x plus greatest integer of 2x plus greatest integer of nx. Okay, again this is n plus 1 by 2 into x. Okay, now see, in question in denominator also we have n square, so we want value of this one now. Okay, I want that this is always lies between this one and this one. Okay, so divide with n square. I am dividing with n square, dividing with n square, dividing with n square. Okay, now here I have to apply the limit n tending to infinity. Okay, n tending to infinity, then how to solve? Take highest power of n common. So see, limit n tending to infinity, n tending to infinity. I am taking common n square, then n square cancel out. Okay, divide with n square, what you will get? 1n cancel out, 1n in this one, 1 by 2, 1 plus 1 by n. Okay na, n square, 1n cancel out, 1n in denominator of this one. Okay, c take common this one, n square, 1 plus 1 by n, n square cancel out, and this one by this one is 1n cancel out, 1 by n remains. Okay, I am taking limit n tending to infinity, limit n tending to infinity, greatest integer of x to greatest integer of nx by n square, and also here n square common, n square cancel out, limit n tending to infinity, 1 by 2, 1 plus 1 by n x. Okay, now put n equals to infinity in this one, 0 0. What we are getting? This is 1 by 2. This is the limit greatest integer of x to greatest integer of n x by n square, and this is put n equals to infinity 1 by infinity 0, sorry, into x also we have na, where's the x, this is the x, here x by 2, here also x by 2. Okay, so limit of this one lies between x by 2 and x by 2, then only x by 2 is the option. Okay, okay, doesn't think that how can I say that between x by 2 and x by 2 we have x by 2. I am not writing equality sign na because of that, but no problem, this is limiting value, not exact value na. So value is x by 2. If both are same, it means limit of this one is equals to that one. Okay, so this is sandwich theorem. Okay, write down. For every question, if you have more than or more than one greatest integer, always use this one, this property you have to use, okay, to find the limit. Okay, can I have? Next, limit n tending to infinity 1 by root over n square plus 1 by root over n square plus 1 plus 1 by root over n square plus 2 plus 1 by root over n square plus 2n. Okay, you want value of this one. Now again, if denominator is same, then no need to use sandwich theorem. But if in denominator you have sequence, if denominator is same and in numerator you have sequence, then no need to use sandwich theorem. Okay, then directly you can take LCM and add the numerator, then you will find the limit. Okay, but in denominator if you have sequence, then you have to use sandwich theorem. Okay, now how to use? See, actually here you know n tending to infinity 1 by root n square. Okay, compare every value with least and highest value of the sequence. Compare every value. Actually now if you take any term of this one, any term of the sequence is always greater than equals to minimum value of the sequence and maximum value and less than equals to maximum value of the sequence. Okay, obviously. Now 1 by root n square is always greater than this one. See now, in denominator we are adding. If you are increasing n square, then n square plus 1, then n square plus 2. So we are increasing denominator. If you are increasing denominator, then at the end you will get least value, because total become decrease. If you are increasing denominator, then total value become decrease now. Okay, so this one is greater than 1 by root n square plus 2n. This is always greater than equals to this one. Okay, and always less than equals to. Now you are taking equality sign or not, doesn't matter, because this is sandwich theorem. There is no exact value, always tending value. Okay, I am not using equality, but I am using. क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई टेंशन नहीं. So this is always greater than equals to this one. Obviously ना, in this one denominator is higher than this one, greater than this one. So total value is less than this one, and this is always less than equals to 1 by root n square. I am comparing with the least and highest value. This is least value and this is highest value, and same I will do with every term. 1 by root n square plus 1 is greater than equals to least n square plus 2n and less than equals to this one, 1 by root n square. Okay, 1 by root n square plus 2 greater than equals to 1 by root n square plus 2n and less than equals to 1 by root n square. Same for last, 1 by root n square plus 2n, because at the end I want sum as this one na. This is 1 by root n square plus 2n and less than equals to 1 by root n square. Okay, now add. If you add denominator, actually all are same thing. How many times we are adding? n square plus 1, n square plus 2, 0, 1, 2, 2n, 2n plus 1 time, 1, 2, 3, 2n, up to this one. These are 2n term and 1 extra. So LCM is same, root n square plus 2n. We are adding 2n plus 1 time. Okay. If you add these, 1 by root over n square, 1 by root over n square plus 1, 1 by root over n square plus 2, at the end 1 by root over n square plus 2n. Here also LCM is same, root n square. How many times we are adding? Same, 2n plus 1 time. Okay. Now what do you want? Limit n tending to infinity. Take limit n tending to infinity on both sides. Limit n tending to infinity, sorry, all third side. Then what I have to do? Take common n square then n cancel out. 2 plus 1 by n, and here 1 plus 2 by n. From this one we are taking common n square now. Here limit n tending to infinity, 1 by root n square plus 1 by root over n square plus 1, at the end 1 by root over n square plus n. Okay. And here also limit n tending to infinity, root n square is n, divide with n, what we are getting? 2 plus 1 by n. Put n equals to infinity, 0, 0, 2 by 1, 2, this is same, and this one 2, therefore limit equals to 2. Okay, in this way you will get 2 type of question only, and both I have taken. Okay, write down. Today portion of limit will be completed. Okay, Canara. Now last a point. Okay, and from next lecture we will start continuity. Limit of the form x tending to infinity, x by e power x and ln x by x. Now actually now at infinity all these values are infinity. If you put x equals to infinity, x is infinity, e power infinity is infinity, ln infinity is infinity, all are infinity, but these are comparable infinity. These are comparable infinity. See, if I draw the graph, this is y equals to x, this is the graph of x. This is graph of ln x. And this is e power x. Y equals to x, e power x and ln x. If you move up to infinity, all will be equals to infinity, but they are comparable. Okay, this ln x is much lower than x and this is much lower than e power x. Okay, for example, see, for ln x, okay, in case of ln x, can I take base as 2? Base of this one is 2.71, okay, and this one is also true for base 2, base 3, base 10, true for all. Okay, if base is greater than 1, log 2x, I am taking at the place of this one, I am taking this one. Okay, to explain, here y equals to x, and this is also true for x power n. Okay, I am taking x, and e power x, at the place of e I can take 2 power x. Now put value of x, and here I am putting value of x. If you put x equals to 1, this one is log 2 1 0 1 and 2. Okay, nearly there is no much difference. Okay na, see, now put 2 1 2 and this is 4. Okay, again no more high difference. If you put 4, then 2 4 and 16. Now if you put 16, then this is 4, this is 16 and 2 power 16. Now 2 power 16 is 2 power 10 is 1024, and then 2 4 8 16, this is more than 16,000. Okay, this is more than 16,000. Now see, as we are increasing the value of x, then difference between these two and these two become higher. Okay na? So if you move up to infinity, all will be infinity, but this is lower infinity, then this is a greater infinity, and this one is a big greater infinity. Okay, so these infinity are comparable. So when x is tending to infinity, then ln x is much lower than x or x power n. This is also true for x power n, and this is much lower than ln e power x, exponential function. Okay, you will get infinity, higher infinity in exponential, then in polynomial, and then in logarithm. Okay, now if you want limit x tending to infinity, x by e power x, then both are infinity, infinity by infinity, but this is lower infinity and this is higher infinity. Okay, so here it means this is much more greater than to this. Okay, so this is like something by infinity form, you will get 0. Okay, also I can prove this one in another way. Infinity by infinity na, use L'Hopital. If you use L'Hopital, what you will get? Derivative of x is 1, differentiation of e power x is e power x. Now put x equals to infinity, again you are getting 0. Okay, so here we have infinity by infinity form, but this is comparable. Initially we are saying that both are infinity, but these infinity are comparable. Okay, answer is 0. Infinity by infinity is indeterminate form, so you can use L'Hopital also. Okay, limit x tending to infinity, ln x by x, ln infinity infinity, x infinity, but if you compare these two, then ln x is much lower than this one at infinity. Okay, so this is like, this is also 0. Again you can use L'Hopital to prove this one. Differentiation of ln x is 1 by x, derivative of x is 1, put x equals to infinity, 1 by infinity is 0. Limit x tending to infinity, at the place of x, if you x power 1000 now, then also same thing, this is equals to 0, doesn't matter 1000 or 1 lakh or anything. Okay, at infinity this one is higher, much greater than x power n. Okay, again I can prove, use L'Hopital 1000 times. Okay, if you use L'Hopital, then what you will get? 1000 into x power 999, then again use 1000 into 999 into x power 998. So you will get na x power 1 less than to previous one, but e power x always remain e power x if you differentiate. Okay, finally at the end you will get finite value by e power x. If you put x equals to infinity, finite by infinity is 0. Okay, write down, remember that at infinity these infinities are comparable. Okay, right now. And from next lecture we will start continuity.